All right, now it is time for this week's Mic Drop.
Mic Drop.
U.S. House Resolution 8 is a bill making its way through Congress. Basically, it's a universal background check. The name of the bill is the Bipartisan Background Checks Act of 2021. No joke. They actually put bipartisan in the name of the bill before it was even introduced. That is propaganda, folks, pure and simple. If passed, H.R. 8 will basically spread California's mess of a background check system to the other 49 states. With few exceptions, all transfers of ownership of firearms will have to go through an FFL and a background check. Scientific studies have shown that the universal background check system that California has in place has no real or significant impact on preventing crime. Yes, you heard that right. When subjected to this thing called science, it turns out that if you force law-abiding gun owners to go through background checks before they sell a gun to a law-abiding gun owner, criminals still commit crimes. The County Board of Supervisors in San Diego decided to vote on a resolution in favor of H.R. 8. Jim Desmond and Joel Anderson voted against it, and both were vocal about how silly it was that they were even voting on it, let alone that H.R. 8 was being proposed at all, and we thank them both for that. But newly elected wacko extremist Terra Lawson Reamer voted for it and took some time to say some stupid crap about it afterwards. Thank you, Terra. Side note, I've tried to meet with Terra before and after the election, but she won't meet with me. I don't know why. Wait, yeah, I do. Because she's a wacko extremist who somehow slipped into an elected office. I digress. Terra said that she voted for the resolution to support H.R. 8 because of the impact of mass shootings on the black, indigenous, and on people of color. Then she went on to say that 70% of homicide victims in big cities are black. She also went on to say, blobbity crap, who cares? Let's take a minute to talk about just how stupid just those two fractions of statements are. Number one, she voted for 49 other states to adopt universal background checks when scientific studies show that universal background checks do not and have not prevented crime in any significant way in the state where she lives. She might as well have said she voted for H.R. 8 because blueberries are delicious. There is no connection, and her attempt to conflate the two issues is total propaganda. It's not truth, and it's not leadership. It's lies, pure and simple. Number two, stupid thing, she said she voted for the resolution because of the impact of mass shootings on the black, indigenous, and on people of color, then tied that statement to, quote, 70% of homicides in big cities are black. Her lies are so intertwined, it's hard to know where to start, so let's start with her implication, which is false. The majority of victims who have been killed in mass shootings are not people of color. That is a lie. The vast majority of victims in the United States who were killed in what the FBI considers a mass shooting were Caucasian. In fact, it's not even close. It's something like 95% of victims in mass shootings since the beginning of time were white. But if you listen closely, that isn't exactly what she said. She said there was an impact, but then did not go in to describe exactly what that impact is. Maybe she just meant that they were really sad about it. That's an impact. And that makes sense. We're all sad about the victims of violent crime. But her implication was that blacks, people of color, and indigenous communities are a large percentage of the victims in mass shootings. She went on to say that 70% of homicide victims in big cities are black. Okay, homicide victims. There are a lot of tools used in homicides. She didn't actually say shooting victims and not all homicides involve guns. She was trying to mislead you. Knives, fists, pipes, bats, clubs, etc., 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 all used in homicides. And if you only look at homicides of people in large cities, then yes, you will find a lot of them are black because most large cities have large populations of black residents. If you look at homicide victims from, say, Japan, you'll find that most of them are Japanese. But that does not mean there is a bias against the Japanese community in Japan. Yes, it's the same thing, dummy. These are the twisted lies politicians tell, and Terra Lawson Reamer is both a politician and twisted. Now, is anything she said false? On the surface, no, but the implication she used and the conclusion she draws, well, it's just a lie. More gun laws, especially more background checks, will not stop people of color from being victims of crime. Again, my example about blueberries, they are delicious, that's true, but it has nothing to do with background checks. If you argue with me that blueberries are not delicious, it doesn't make you pro-murder. It just makes you weird for not liking blueberries. Again, one does not have to do with the other no matter how many times you say it, no matter how many statistics you quote. In fact, gun laws are disproportionately used against people of color to prosecute them, search their home, person, or vehicle, and extend their sentences once they are convicted. Mark Twain's famous quote, "There are lies there are three kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics. Terra Lawson Raymer used all three in her explanation of HR. She's a liar, a damned liar, and statistically wrong. But fortunately, the media caught her in this lie and pushed back on her so hard she simply could not get away with it. Nah, just kidding. They published her statement without question and then let her get away with it and didn't offer an ounce of resistance. This, of course, is Father's Day, not April's Fools. That's your mic drop.
Mic drop.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.